My name is Rhapsody, welcome back to Spire. That last episode was pretty brutal, wasn't it? Whew! Wowzers. Alright, no spoilers, so I'm not going to say how it actually went, I'm just going to say pretty brutal. Alright, let's have a look at this. Obtain a random common relic. By the way, the seed for literally every single run is right up here in the top right. So if you want to play along at home, please do, and tell me how you did in the comments. Alright. Random common relic or 2 random colorless cards. Deck's already a little bloated. Lame. 7 max HP is actually a pretty poor option there. At the very least, it now means the strawberry can't show up for the rest of the run, so, you know, it's got that going for it at least. We probably do want as few elites as we can possibly hit here on the first floor. Just because we're playing the Silent, and the Silent just has really, really, really bad matchups against elites on the first floor. There was a short comment about this, a short discussion about this in my Discord recently. And it was saying that the Ironclad, in this person's belief, had... I should have just defended. It was saying that the Ironclad had a really good matchup versus each of the 3 different elites on the first floor, and that the Silent has a really bad matchup. I'm gonna say Blade Dance, let's just do like straight shivs. And that the Ironclad has a really good matchup and the Silent has a really bad matchup against each of the different options here on the first floor. I don't necessarily agree with that. The large reason being that Neutralize being able to play for 0 as well as having the Survivor to singularly defend you for 8 is really, really good in the Sentinels fight, because as soon as you've killed either the front or the backliner, you defend the vast majority of damage. Wow. You defend the vast majority of damage that turn with just a single card. And you never play Bash, well, not really, in the... 1 sec, 15, okay, cool. You never play Bash, really, in the Sentinel fight as the Ironclad, so that's not really a huge boost for you. But definitely against the Gremlin Knob, the Silent is at such a disadvantage. Not taking any of those. And definitely against the Lagavulin, the Silent's at a ridiculous disadvantage as well, because you can't damage race them. And obviously, with the Silent against the Gremlin Knob, you can't damage race as well because you don't have vulnerability. Let's remove a strike from this deck. So if we basically fight a Gremlin Knob here, we're probably dead, but we don't have a path. Literally, we don't have... okay, never mind. We have exactly 1 path over here that has no elites, but... oh. Who dares wins? Okay. Speaking of the Sentinels, nice to see y'all. Ooh, look at that. Yeah, I'll just go for as much defense as I can get here. With 3 strikes from killing the frontliner at this rate. Okay. So either the upgraded Blade Dance or... nice. We drew the upgraded Blade Dance. That's enough to kill the frontliner for us. And now we only need to defend for 10 per turn. We've still got Survivor left in the deck. Beautiful. Happened to draw it as well. A perfect showcase of exactly what I was talking about. Possible to kill that backliner with a strike upgraded Blade Dance draw. Didn't get it though. Alright. Still a relatively good draw for us here. It's a hell of a lot of damage out there. Unfortunately, our next hand is double defense. Triple defense. Yikes. That means the rest of my deck has very few defense left in it. Didn't happen to get one this turn. That's just a bunch of damage I didn't need to take. Got both of them this turn. Wow, we only have 1 defend left in the deck. Hopefully we get lethal this turn. And we do. Beautiful. Bronze Scale, start each combat with 3 Thorns, as well as a Strength Potion, which will give us a pretty easy kill on an elite at some point. So we have 1 more elite before we end this floor. if I want to take it. Shivs are going to be difficult against that final boss, so I may actually just dodge this elite. Yeah, Shivs is a hard build to run against the Guardian in particular. Snecko Skull, whenever you apply poison, apply 1 additional poison. I'm going to take that, just because now Envenom is actually a really viable option for this deck. Okay, so... trying to lower the amount of damage I'm taking as much as I possibly can here. That's it. Unfortunately, with no AoE in the deck yet, that's basically the best I could have done. That'll get it done, though. Nice. Explosive Potion as well as Finisher. Obviously ridiculous for this deck. Well, this is the turn for the Explosive Potion, then. I think I have it. Attack Potion. Bouncing Flask is really, really good with Snecko Skull. We might consider taking it literally just so that we can kill this first boss. Because playing Shivs is going to be really difficult against that first boss due to the fact that they have the reflection effect. Actually, I'm going to take it for that reason. Terra is obviously really good with this deck. Do I want Terra or do I want a Sling of Courage? Start each elite combat with 2 strength. Man, 2 strength is really big. We'll take that. If only it was elite and boss combats, that would be so good. Oh gosh, hell yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then just casual 42. Don't need a slice in this deck right now. Funnily enough, this fight actually could kill us. Probably not with that opening draw, but we'll see. Good. Definitely don't want any of those right now. I'm actually going to rest here, because if I don't, I feel like I'm dead. That does mean I don't get to upgrade the Bouncing Flask here on the first turn, but I'm okay with that. Wow, we are going to put the enemy down here. I don't know why, but I was certain I had the ability to play every card in my hand right there. This was not tracking my energy at all. Exactly what I'm talking about. Turns like that are going to be really, really poor for us. At least we've got the enemy weakened for the next turn. Got one of our most powerful defenses for this turn as well. That's quite good. Alright, I'm going to play 2 of those Endless Agonies out there just because I don't want them diluting my deck at this point. So we only did get the poison off once there, but it was still pretty reasonable. Burst. It's really great for this deck because we can burst the effect of the Bouncing Flask at the moment, but also of the Blade Dancers. And we definitely want extra energy here. Not Fusion Hammer because we need to upgrade both the Burst and the other Blade Dance in the deck. Definitely not Velvet Choker, so it's Sosu. So here I definitely want to hunt elites as much as I possibly can. There's quite a nice path for doing so. At least got some plated armor off the enemy that turn. Oh, hell yes. Those are some good opening turns right there. Ghost in a jar. Really wish that I could have taken that. Ooh, okay. So I don't want to offer the Endless Agony because it's really good for the finisher. I'm going to offer the Bouncing Flask. You know what? Get out of my deck. That just gets us a full heal and removes it from the deck. I'm going to drop an attack potion here because it actually seems like it's going to be super, super useful. Why did I take the choke? I knew that it wasn't going to affect the enemy here. I shouldn't have bothered. It's a really unfortunate turn, getting way too much defense there. Quick slash. Yeah, it's pre-upgraded. It's a little bit of draw. We have a little bit of extra energy as well already in the deck. Unfortunately, most of the cards in our deck are low cost, so this confusion could completely screw us. Quite thankfully, it does not. That blade darts. Really would want to play that. Still do. It's just the defense that we get is not great. Yikes. Made us vulnerable, and then for the next 2 turns, hit with the absolute largest attack it could have used. That's pretty bad luck for us. That's not the enemy's guaranteed pattern, by the way, just in case you're wondering. I'm going to use the explosive potion here to save myself 10 HP. Piercing Whale's a really powerful defensive card. I'd be a fool to just turn it down there. What's the blade darts? Ugh, I didn't think my hand was going to be full. Damn. Please stop healing while I'm killing. Or sinning while I'm singing, you know. Could go either way. Okay, so 14, 18, 32. We're just short of lethal on that frontliner. Right. 14, 18, yeah, it's just short. Ugh. Could have done 12 more damage with the strike to the front line and then the finisher. We took a ridiculous amount of damage in this combat. I'm actually really sad about it. Because I have a lot of cards that I still need to upgrade in this deck, but I'm starting to feel like I don't really have the time to, that I might have to just rest. Woo! Wrong words all day today, apparently. Alright, at least we're gonna have strength up in this fight. That's a full defense on turn 1. That's not too common. Alright. Can you please stop? Ugh. Good Piercing Whale. Great Piercing Whale, in fact. Okay, 16. So we're just one short of being able to kill the Mad Gremlin. I can enrage it like twice before it starts dealing damage. Rather not have it deal damage to me this time. I mean, this is a pretty damn good hand here. Alright. It depended on the draw, but we could have possibly just gone for the backliner entirely there. Hopefully the backliner doesn't decide to attack this turn. Doesn't, thank you. Alright. We should now just be able to kill the Gremlin Leader in the next turn with any reasonable draw. Yep, that'll do it. Goodbye, Gremlin Leader. Hello, Relic. We find ourselves a Ice Cream. Energy is now conserved between turns. Damn. There's also an upgraded dash or an upgraded well-laid plans here. Well-laid plans would let me hold Finisher or Burst until the right turn. I could even just take that dash because we have very little defense in this deck right now. Yeah, it's super impactful right now. I think we just have to take it for that reason. Ooh, if I can, I would love to. The obvious finish for that being, if I can kill the Gremlin Knob here, I would love to. It's kind of possible, I think. Okay. I kill the backliner first here because the backliner can make me vulnerable, and vulnerability will just instantly murder me in this fight. Alright, I'm gonna fight for it. Hey, it does consider this an elite fight, so we do get the extra strength. Beautiful. I was thinking that we weren't gonna get that. This makes this a lot easier. So 4 by 8 is 32. That means I do have to hit you if I want to kill you with the finisher. Should have played the Piercing Wail there, because obviously I'm not going to want to play it later. However, I do burst the Blade Dance, just because it's a ridiculous amount of damage. It'd be daft to turn it down. Dash is obviously incredible for this deck. Nice. Toxic Egg as well as the Incense Burner. Every 6 turns gain 1 intangible, as well as Toxic Egg whenever you add a skill card to your deck. Upgrade it. Both quite good. Smiling Mask. Merchant's card removal service now always costs 50 gold. I mean, sure. I obviously want to upgrade Burst in both of these Blade Dancers, but again, I feel like if we don't rest here, we could just die to the next elite. Especially this elite. Okay. Take 1 damage this turn, but we deal a hell of a lot of ourselves. Not a great hand to get Finisher in, but... It's okay, I guess things could have been worse. I struggle to think how, but I guess. And we should have a pretty easy kill next turn now. There goes the Book of Stabbing. We're going to be intangible on the first turn of the next combat, which is a great pickup. Oh, a finisher there as well. Beautiful. Remove all strikes, obtain 5 bites. Yeah. For this deck, yeah. Lose Incense Burner or Ring of the Snake for a special relic. I don't want that. Intangible on turn 1 here. Obviously insane for us. Not going to play the Piercing Wail. That's a later thing for us now. I'm going to just happily take my 3 damage here on turn 1. Doesn't even bother me. Oh, bother. Now, because I want to neutralize a target that's going to live, this is going to look weird, but I kill the backliner, like overkill the backliner by a ridiculous amount. All in the name of better breakpoints of damage. Right. Oh, thank you, Dash, for turning up at exactly the right time. Could have worked out earlier, but it's fine. It's fine. Take another piercing whale, pre-upgraded. And we've even got a bag of marbles at this point. Gosh, we're in a good position. Okay, now the big problem is against the boss that we're about to fight, we could just easily instantly die. So if we line up the incense burner to give us the effect of the incense burner, that is to say intangibility, on the turn... On the exact turn that the enemy is going to be dropping their execute, we could be in a really, really good position. Oh my god, look at this opening hand. I think I just have to take the 18 here because those finishes are incredible. Now I can start to heal back up with these bites. Tangible this turn. So to attack the enemy one more time would be to put them below half HP. They're not attacking and debuffing us this turn. Okay, that's fine. So that means this turn they're buffing. But next turn, I'm not going to be debuffed by vulnerability or frail when the enemy hits me here. So we're in a much better position to fight it off. Great. It's totally reasonable right there. Prioritize defense. Can I kill this turn with the double blade dance as well as the finisher? So double blade dance gives us 12, so it gives us 24 damage. That 24 damage translates into 6 cards played for this. So 6 by 8 is what, 56? 24, 50, yeah, it's not even close. So then what do? I blade dance, I burst the survivor, and I finisher. Where I blade dance finisher first, then we burst the survivor. Now I'm vulnerable. And now I'm dead. One turn away from the next trigger of the incense, by the way. Yep. So the pivots that I was making towards the end, with the inclusion of the dash and the inclusion of the second piercing whale, and even the inclusions of the bites, by the way, were targeted towards trying to give this deck a little bit more defense. Now, a deck like this that's trying to run shivs will typically pick up its defense by picking up cards called the Cloak and Dagger, which is a common card for this character. Gives you 6 block and then 1 shiv. Upgrades to give you 2 shivs as well as that 6 block. And unfortunately, we just could not find those for the life of us. I didn't see a single offer the entire run. Another thing that I didn't see offered at all was accuracy, which I actually would have taken in this deck just because we have 3 copies of Blade Dance. So we totally could have built a deck based around the idea of using those Blade Dances. I also would have taken singular large defensive cards like Leg Sweep. Didn't really find any of those either. Cards that I wouldn't have taken that do defend us, so things like Backflip, I didn't really want to take for this deck. Primarily because the finisher turns provide a lot of value as long as I play a lot of attacks, and having a hand with finisher and very few attacks because I'm, playing a backflip and drawing isn't particularly great. Sure, it's better than to defend, but better than to defend doesn't really mean anything. Defends are kind of garbage. If I could have hit more upgrades, that would have been really, really, really helpful for us. I would have been able to hit the upgrade on the burst, which means that I would have been able to do a bunch of extra damage on the second to last turn there, because I would have been able to burst the Blade Dance as well as the Survivor, and then I would have been able to do a ridiculous amount of damage that turn and possibly killed the next turn. Could have been great. Oh well. Sometimes it just doesn't come together. Also, obviously, any of the relics that activate when you play 3 attacks would have been incredible for us. Shuriken, Kunai, Ornamental Fan, all 3 of those would have been absolutely ridiculous. Also, Adrenaline, so we can get off to a better start. Corpse Explosion, so I had more AoE. There's just a bunch of... obviously, in Venom, which I was talking about the entire time, and that's why I took the Snecko Skull over the Sapphire Key, would have been great as well. Damn. You win some, you lose some, and today we've lost some for the moment. My name's been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slay the Spire. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves. There's a playlist in the description down below with all my content of this game, past, present, and future. And hopefully you may not be haunted, rather, by the thumbnail again. I don't know what happened with that video. I left a comment in the description. This is the defect video, second to last, so episode 24. I don't know what happened with that video, but for some reason, when YouTube was processing it, it inserted the thumbnail into just like every 25 seconds for like a split millisecond. It would flash the thumbnail up on the screen, which obviously isn't on my side. How would I even do that? That would take so long for me to edit that in just to screw with people. I have done a lot of things with a lot of effort just to screw with people, but I wouldn't do it in a way that also could have triggered people with photosensitivity or given people migraines or just anything that would actually be significantly detrimental to anyone in any way, shape, or form. I just do things that are kind of off kilter from time to time, just to mess up the format. I wouldn't have done that though. So yeah, it was an incredibly weird thing that happened, and then I re-uploaded again, and it happened again. On my PC, the file is completely fine, so, you know, I could just put it on a thumb drive on, you know, roughly 10,000 to 12,000 thumb drives and just mail them out all over across the world, but for financial reasons, I think I'm not going to do that one. And I can't really fix the video, so just very much hoping it doesn't happen again. I'm making sure to check each of the videos before they go live now, just to make absolutely certain that that hasn't happened again. That's really all I had to say about that. My apologies for anyone who had to suffer through it, frankly. But yeah, that sucks, and unfortunately isn't a thing that I have any control over or could fix. Hopefully you enjoyed yourself regardless on that episode. But back to this one. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.